Alright, it says we're live. And it's still showing sideways. I don't understand why. Oops. Oh, this is crazy. I might have to just do it this way. Goodness gracious. Let me try something. Hold on a second. I'm going to try changing things around here. See what happens. Upside down. Move my phone around. I'm sorry if you're getting doozy, all these movements. Get cords out of the way here. Well, but still, I guess you can kind of see it. This isn't showing very well. Can I zoom in? I don't like this at all. You can't see very much of my desktop. I guess I'm going to continue and just make sure I keep everything right here. All right. I apologize for all the stuff going on. I don't understand why. Be sure you say hello when you come on and hit that like and share button also, if you would. I'd appreciate it. My name is Debbie Foster. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm located in Bismarck, Arkansas. And I want to welcome you to my Facebook page, which is Creating Cards with Debbie. And you can shop with me in my store at www.debbiefoster.stampinup.net. And that's also in the description of the video if you miss it. And if you need to email me, you can email me at creatingwithdebbie179@gmail.com. And if you shop in my store, the February host code, let me get this back in camera view, is 3XAXUPAB. And that's if your order is under $150. Use that code. All right, and we're still in the mini catalog, the mini January to April 2023 mini catalog. And also, Celebration is still going on for the rest of February. So if there's any items that you want out of Celebration, be sure that you get your orders in before the end of the month. And it's also while supplies last, so you might want to be aware of that. Alright, I don't like my view, so I have to keep an eye on my camera, I guess. Okay, and Celebration has also added more things to the Celebration promotion. And let me see if I can get everything in here. It says more to celebrate. More. And it says more to celebrate. It's February 1st to February 28th. And you can get these extra items with any $50 order. You can get the Kindness Cards Kit, the Let's Party Treat Packaging Kit, the white frayed ribbon, you get 2 rolls of that, Essential Tag Punch, Songbird Builder Punch, and Into the Clouds embossing folder, and also the Hive embossing folder, and also the Loveliest Layers decorative masks, and Enjoy the Journey 12x12 designer series paper. And with a $100 order, you can get the Eden's Garden bundle. That's the stamp set and the dies. So that's really a very good promotion right there. And also during the month of February, Stampin' Up! Has got some new promotions going on. Well, I should say during Celebration. It's not just February, it was January and February. Where you can get option 1 is the exclusive boho mini machine, plus your choice of $175 of Stampin' Up! Products for only $129. And option 2 is the white mini embossing machine, and that's also $129, and you receive $175 worth of items. That's not counting the machine. That's an added, you get $175 worth of products plus the machine for $129, and that's free shipping. And then also option 3, your choice of $175 of Stampin' Up! Products for only $99. So if you have any questions on becoming a demonstrator or a discount shopper, please let me know. You can email me or private message me. All right, and then our February paper pumpkin kit is called Sunshine and Smiles, and you got until February 10th to sign up for that. It says Leap for Joy with our special peek through cards, and also that has Jump for Joy, get everything you need to make unique and radiant cards. This month's kit includes 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with special peek-through windows, 9 coordinating envelopes, 1 Mango Melody Stampin' Spot, and 1 photopolymer stamp set. And I love this kit. Take your crafting to the next level with the Coordinating Rain or Shine Sweet Collection from the January to April 2023 mini catalog. And it says first ever die add-on, introducing our first ever coordinating dies add-on. Add-ons are live during the subscription period, but only available while supplies last. And you got until February 10th to get that. If you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can also add on the dies for $6. You get 2 dies, one for the frog and one for the flowers. And there's a link in the description of the video that you can click on, and that'll take you directly to the Paper Pumpkin sign up. So, like I said, if you have any questions, be sure you reach out to me. And I sure don't like my view today. I'm hoping, I don't know if it's going to get any better. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this projects, and we're not going to let that bother us. I think that's all the news that I need to talk about. I'm glad that you're here. So let's go ahead and get started. This is our first card. It's a window sheet card, and it's called a spanner card. It's a fun fold, that's the name of it. It's got this here with the window sheet across it, and then it's also got a little card here that lifts up, and then it has the inside. I guess these show okay on the camera. I was kind of worried that they wouldn't, but I think we can manage today. I just don't know what's going on with my camera, why it's doing that. I never have quite figured that out. Alright, so we're going to be using on the instructions We're using the Playing in the Rain stamp set and dies. And these are really cute. And it's also got the paper that coordinates with that. And we're going to be using the paper, which is Rain or Sunshine 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. And we're going to be using this one here. And also, we're going to die cut the little turtle out. There's a die that cuts that out. So let's get started here. We'll put that right there. Bring out our bits and pieces. And it's kind of confusing, so I'm going to go step by step with you. We've just got our basic, thick, basic white cardstock. And it's just our standard size. It's a 5.5 by 8.5, and that's scored in the middle at 4 1/4 inches. So let's go ahead and burnish that edge of that card really good. And then we're going to bring our paper trimmer over here. And we're going to make our fun fold. And let me open this so I can see what I'm looking at, my instructions. Alright, and we're going to cut our card, just the 1/2 of it, the front half. And we're going to lay that right there. We're going to cut it at 1 1/4 inches. And we're just going to cut down to our embossing line, our fold. Let me get my blade over here to cut with. So that's 1 1/4. And go all the way up to our fold line. And I went a little bit over, but that's okay. And then our next one is going to be 4 1/4 inches. And I'm going to start at this end and go down. Alright, so that's all the cutting we got to do with our cards. I'm going to put my paper trimmer away. So it should look like this. You should have 3 pieces to the front side. And I'm going to go ahead and burnish that really good again. Alright. And then we're going to take our window sheet. I've already cut that. It measures 1 1/4 inches by 5.5 inches. And that's going to lay right across our card here. So it goes the whole width of it. And we're going to use some tear and tape. And we're just going to put it at these sides. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. I'm going to put our tear and tape down. I'm going to do 2 rows, 2 strips, I think. And just so it holds it really good. And we're kind of rainy here in Arkansas today. How's your weather where you are? Let us know where you're watching this from. It's always interesting to find out where everybody is. A little bit of a geography lesson, I guess, is what you could call it. Alright, so we're going to take that, and we're going to take your pick tool, and we're going to remove those backings off of that tape. And when you don't have fingernails, this take your pick tool is your best friend. Alright, got those off. Throw them in the trash. Hopefully it made it in the trash, not the floor. And we're going to place that right along the edge. And stick it down really good. Okay, so it looks like this. I don't know if it shows on the camera very well. You probably can't see it real good. Alright, and then we're going to start attaching our papers. So I've got 4 strips of basic black that are cut at, what are they cut at? 1 1/8 inches by 4 1/8 inches. And we've got 4 of those. So we're going to place those down on our panels here. And I'm just using my Tombow glue. Oops, I got 2 sheets there. They're stuck together. place one at each side here, on each panel. Oops. Kind of slipping and sliding there. Looks like the sun is trying to come out. It looks a little brighter. I was out and about this morning running some errands, and I was running around in the rain. Alright, so now we're going to take our designer series paper that we cut the clouds, and they should match up here, yeah, like this. We're going to place one on each side. And we're going to leave a little border going around. And the same with the other side. It sure is quiet. And one there. Oopsie, got that one a little bit crooked. Let's scooch him over. Alright. And then on the inside, on this flap, our center flap, we've got a basic black that measures I think it's 2 7/8. Let me double check here. Yeah, 2 7/8 by 4 1/8. And then we've got our designer series paper, which is 4 inches by 2 3/4 inches. And we're just going to attach our designer series paper onto our black mat. Okay. It's coming together pretty good. I think it took me longer when I was designing it than what it is to put it together today. Alright, and that's going to go on this center flap. And we'll have a small white border going around it. And I want to make sure that it lines up with our other sides and it looks good. Alright, and then these other black panels are going to go beside that on the inside. Right. And the same with this side. And then we've got our designer series paper that we've cut, and this measures 1 inch by 4 inches. We've got 2 of those, one for each side with the flowers. Ice maker just dropped ice. That was noisy. And another one over here. Alright, so there's that part. And then we're going to lift that up. And we're going to do our stamping on the inside. And I'm just using black memento ink to stamp our sentiment with. And we're going to just stamp that in the center. Alright. And I need a scrap of white here. we're going to scrap our rainy days are better with you. Alright, put our lid on our ink pad. And then I'm going to bring my Baby Boss over here. This is our boho Baby Boss, our new one that's in the offer right now, where you can get that free if you sign up for your starter kit. Alright. And everything comes with it. You'll get all your plates and everything that you'll need to do your projects. Okay. And I'm going to use the Stylish Shapes dies, and I'm going to be using this one right here. And we're just going to die cut that out. Oops. And I might want to take a little washi tape to hold that in place. So let me move this out of the way for a moment, and we'll get this lined up where we need it to be. And that looks pretty good right there, I think. And let's tear that off, it won't fit. Okay, got top plate on there. I'm hoping this doesn't jiggle the camera too much. Alright, there that is. And we're going to be using that again in a moment, so we'll just set it right there. Well, come on off of there. Had the tape stuck to it. So here's our die. And here's our little banner. And I also need to die cut our little turtle. And here's the die for that. Bring my plates back over here. Bring our Baby Boss back. Our Baby Blue Boss. So here's the paper that's in that designer series paper, and the dies will match up to it to be able to cut it out, so that makes it really handy. You don't even do any coloring. So I'm just going to match him up and die cut him out. And that looks pretty good there. Let me bring that tape back over here. Wish I knew what was going on with my camera. If anybody has any ideas, I'm open to any suggestions on how to fix it to be horizontal instead of portrait or landscape. It's happened to me a couple of times, and then the next time I'll come back and it'll work just fine, so I don't understand what's the problem. I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. Okay, so here's our little turtle. And I'm going to attach him just to our window sheet. So I'm only going to put some glue on the back side of him, on the bottom part of him. And I'm going to use our tear and tape so make sure that it stays really good. So I'll put a couple strips of that on to his lower portion of his body. Yeah, it seemed like I had an issue last time. Yeah, that's good. And maybe another little one right above that. And get your take a pick tool again and take off these backings of the tape. And then we're just going to put him off to the right side of the window sheet. And just give him a little bit of rub. And there he's attached. And then for our rainy days banner, we're going to use some mini glue dots, or mini dimensionals. These are a little bit thinner than what our regular size are, so I'm using that, and then I'm going to just glue the other side because we've got a little ridge right here. I don't want it to be sitting lopsided, so we're just going to put our mini dimensionals on this left side, and then we're going to just put a little bit of glue on the other side to hold it in place. So let me pop those backings off. And then we're going to place our banner off to the right side here. And we're going to hold that for a minute for a moment, let the glue dry. Okay, so here's our finished card. That didn't take long at all. So I want to add a little bit of bling, so we're going to bring out our faux sea glass shapes. And we're going to use some of the white ones here. And take your pick tool again, and we're going to place some of our sea glass onto our card front. And well, that's upside down here. We're going to place some, whoops. It keeps wanting to turn over upside down. I want you to stick that way. Alright, and maybe one more right there. And I always do things in odd numbers, so we're going to add another one right over here on our banner. So I usually do 3s, but I'm doing 5s this time. We're doing a little bit different. So here's our finished card, and open there, and then we open it here. So that's called a spanner fold card. Yeah, I like how it turned out. I like that fold, it's really cute. Alright, so next we're going to do the envelope. And what did I do with the envelope? I thought I had an envelope for this one. I thought I did. Maybe not. Huh. I guess I didn't. I thought we were going to do an envelope for this one. Alright. I guess I wasn't going to. I don't know where I put it. Alright, so next we're going to do a Valentine's card. And let me get some things out of the way here. Make some room. Clean up my area a little bit. Okay. So here's our Valentine's card. It says, just wanted to say Happy Valentine's Day. Get all our bits and pieces out here. Instructions. Okay, so our base card is going to be Balmy Blue, and that's just our standard size card, which is 5.5 by 8.5, and then it's scored in the middle at 4 1/4 inches, and we're going to burnish that edge. Uh-oh. I've lost my computer. Well, I don't know what happened there. Okay, we're back. That's crazy. It just shut off on me for some reason. But I'm back. Okay. I don't know what happened. Well, we're back, I think. Okay. And then we've got our basic white, which measures, let me get my measurements out here, 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and we've got our designer series paper, which comes from, this is from the Country Floral Lane, and we're using this one right here. Okay, so we're going to start out, we're going to just attach that to our white layer. Okay, is everybody ready for Valentine's Day? We've been sending out cards. Or done any projects for Valentine's Day? I've been working on some projects for my girls at Bible study, or Sunday school class, ladies' Sunday school class. Little treat holders for chocolate. You gotta have chocolate for Valentine's Day. Alright, so there's our card front. And then I've die cut balmy blue and a basic weight using our stylish shapes. And I've used the larger square. And I like these, they got the stitching. That's also where the label came from too. I guess I didn't tell you that. That we used on the last card. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and glue our blue one down. And then we're going to do our stamping on the white one. And I'm going to put this like a triangle at a diamond shape kind of. So we're going to kind of just match up our edges here. And get it somewhat straight. Alright, we're going to set that aside for a moment. We're going to do our stamping. Oops, the papers are falling out here. And I'm going to use mint macaron and balmy blue as our ink pads. So this is the stamp set that we're using. I'm going to be using these two for the flower, for the hearts. It's a two-step. And that's called Country Bouquet. I'm going to start with our balmy blue. And I need to bring my piercing mat over here. I think I might just use my silicone mat. That works really good too. I'm going to use the silicone mat. And I'm not in camera view here, so let me scooch a little bit here. Like I said, we're starting with the balmy blue. And we're going to stamp our hearts right onto the basic white square. Alright. And then we're going to close that up and set it aside for a moment. We're going to use the mint macaron. And we're going to do the leaves in the mint macaron. And I'm just going to kind of line those up with the other ones. I can get these okay. And I'm just going to press that a little bit to give it a good impression. Yep, not bad. Okay, we'll close up our ink pad. And then we're ready to glue this onto our card front. center that into our front, right over a balmy blue square. And I've cut a little banner using the stylish shapes dies. And I use this little banner right here. And that was from the balmy blue. And then I've got a little white strip of basic white, and that measures about 3/8 inches. And the length doesn't really matter because we're going to be chopping that off. We're going to stamp our sentiment there. And just wanted to say, and we're just using our black memento ink. And get myself in camera view here. As if I scooched over, I might remember that I got to be at this side. All right, and then we're going to stamp that carefully onto that small area. Okay, not bad. And cover that for a moment. I'm going to be using it again. Okay, so we're going to be using the Banner's Pickup Punch. We're going to be using this edge here. And we're just going to notch out those edges. And I like to turn mine upside down so I can see where exactly I'm stamping at to get it centered. And I need to go a lot shorter here. Maybe a little bit more. Alright, we're going to do both ends. Oops, I think my ink was still wet. I'm smearing a little bit. And a little more. Centered. Alright, and then we're going to just attach that to our banner. Dropsies here. Hang on to it. Drop it again. Press that down a little bit. So here we have our banner, and that's going to go across our bottom. And you could pop that up in dimensionals, but I'm going to lay it flat down, and that way it'll go through the mail a little bit easier, less bulk. But you could put it on dimensionals if you wanted to, even with the squares you could. Alright, and then I've dyed my white twine, baker's twine, using our dark balmy blue Stampin' blends. And I've already tied that in a double bow already, so save a little time. We're going to attach that with our mini glue dots, which I have right here. Uh-oh, I'm dropping something. What did I drop? Oh, just my tear and tape. I'll get it later. I'm going to use my take your pick tool to pop off that mini glue dot and roll it in a ball. Oh, we must have an accident on the freeway. I'm seeing a UPS truck go by, a big one. You got my order? Sometimes we have accidents on the freeway. They detour on our highway out here, so I guess there must be one going on. Probably a good day for it with the roads being wet and all. Okay, so I'm going to add some bling. which is, I've used the Glossy Dots Assortment. Oops, we're out of camera view. Glossy Dots Assortment Pack. And I'm going to use the blue, and can't see very well. Yeah. I'm going to use the small blue ones. And I'm just going to put one in the center of that one flower right there, which it kind of covers it. It's a little bit too big maybe. And I'm just going to do 3s. So one on that flower and another one. Maybe one right there. Okay, so there's the front of our card. And now we're going to do the inside. And we've got another basic white that is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And we're just going to copy our heart that we stamped. And there should be enough ink on there. I'm just going to huff my stamp. And see if we can still get some ink off of it. Well, I guess there's not enough on there. It probably sat too long, so let's go ahead and ink this up again. And then we'll just stamp it off. And stamp off. And stamp it again. Yeah, that's better. And then we're going to do the same with the green, the mint macaron. And we'll stamp that off also. And match that up. Alright. Okay, looks pretty good. And then we're going to do our sentiment on the inside, which says Happy Valentine's Day. And we're just going to use the black Memento ink for that. And right across the center of the heart. That's where we're going to put that at. Alright, and now we're just going to glue that to the inside of our card. Okay. Alright. Move this out of the way. So there's our second card. Just wanted to say Happy Valentine's Day. Alright, and now our third card is going to be another fun fold. And this one says Hello Friends. And it opens like this, and it's got the window sheet across the center. Oops, and it's kind of out of camera view. And this one we're using the Fragrant Flowers bundle, the stamp set on the dies. Oh, we forgot to do our envelope. Let's do our envelope for our last card. I've got an envelope here, and I've got the matching Designer Series paper, and that measures 2.5 inches by 6 inches. And we're just going to glue our envelope flap. Put some glue on there. I got carried away with the glue right there, so which is fine, it'll dry. And we're just going to match right up to that seam. And rip off that excess glue that we had. And we turn it over, and we're going to trim that off. we want pretty envelopes to go with our pretty cards. So, and this is a way you can use up your designer series paper too, instead of hoarding it, which we tend to do. I'm guilty. Alright. So there's our envelope that goes along with our card. I'm trying not to bump my camera here. So, very pretty. Wouldn't that be pretty to get in the mailbox? I think so. Alright, let me get rid of my trash here and get back to the subject here. Get all the bits and pieces out here. We're going to be doing some die cutting also. Make some room. Alright, so we're going to start out with our card. Oops. All my bits and pieces out of here. So our card measures, it's Gorgeous Grape that we're using, the cardstock, and it measures 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. But I cut off the 1.5 inch on the right side. So that's going to give us part of our fun fold. So this will go on the bottom and then this goes at the top. So, and then the window sheet's going to go in the middle. So the window sheet measures 4 1/8 inches by 5.5 inches. So we're going to start by doing that. We're going to use our tear and tape. And I guess I do have to get that off the floor. And I guess we're going to be using that again. Alright. And just looking at my card to make sure I'm doing this right. It's been a while since I did this one. So we're just going to add our tear and tape to our flap here. And we'll put one on the outside edge and then one on the inside edge. Just that side of the score line. And one here. Okay. So you're going to take your pick tool and we're going to take off those backings of that tape. On both of them. And then we're going to just set our sheet down on the inside of our card. And go at this end up here. That looked a little bit ragged, so we'll cover that up. Let's make sure you're matching it at the bottom. And then we'll close that down. And then that should attach to our window sheet, just like this. And then we're going to take our other piece of our Gorgeous Grape that we cut off of there. And we're going to attach that down to our bottom strip here. And I guess I need to bring out my tear and tape again. Okay. And I'm just going to add that to the bottom section of our window sheet. Then I think I'm going to put 2 strips in there. Oops, stuck to my fingers here. Just to make sure it stays. And I'll bring my scissors over here and trim that down. I got a little bit too much. More than enough there. Alright, and then we're going to remove our strips off of our tape. And then we're going to lay our This is the other portion that we cut off of our card. And we're going to put that down over the top of our window sheet at the bottom. I want to make sure I'm straight there. Yeah. Okay. And then we've got some designer series paper here that comes from the suite of products. It's called Favored Flowers Designer Series Paper, 12 by 12. And we're using this pattern here, and we're using this pattern to cut the flowers out with. Well, no, it's this pattern here. Alright, so let's get this going. At the top one, we're going to have the gorgeous, or basic black panel. And I want to measure these to make sure that I'm telling you the right dimensions. It's 1 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches, and that's going to go along our top. And all these dimensions will be on my blog later today, so you can get the instructions there. And my blog address is in the description of the video. Okay, and then the designer series paper measures 1 inch by 5 1/4 inches. And this paper is gorgeous. It's hard to cover up the pretty sides. Okay. And in the bottom strip, we've got a wider area, and that's going to measure 1 3/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches. It's going to go across our bottom panel. Oops. I have got dropsies today. Yesterday too was the same. I don't know what's going on. I can't hang on to nothing. Alright, and then our designer series paper measures 1 1/4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. I want to make sure that's the right one, yeah. These are a little bit wider than the top portion are, so they're not the same. Same pattern, but different measurements. Alright, so there's our window sheet portion. And I'm going to bring in my baby boss. And we're going to die cut our flowers out. And this is just out of that pattern of paper. We're going to die cut that. And get my die out here. And my plates. I've got a mess here on the side here, so excuse me for a minute. And I'm not in camera view here, so I'm going to switch sides here. So we're going to place our die down on top of our flower pattern, and we're going to die cut that out. And what did I do to my tape there? I lost it for a moment. And put our top plate on there and run that through. I think it moved on me. Yeah, let me fix this. It moved on me. My tape didn't stick. At least I caught it before I ran it through. Make sure that's matching up right. Okay. stagger my plates a little bit. I'm still not in camera view. Here we go. And I think it moved on me. It did, but I'm hoping it looks okay. I should have put 2 tape down. Yeah, but that's good. Alright. So there's our flower for the top. And I've also got another flower that I'm going to do just a partial. And that's going to be for our inside. So let me go ahead and die cut that out too. Yeah, let me get it on my plates here so I can line it up. Yeah, let's just scooch a little bit more. Alright. Where did my tape go? I don't know. I've lost my tape. Good question. Well, it might be faster just to fussy cut it. See if I can get it to sit still. Oh goodness, I'm just gonna fussy cut it because I've lost my tape. I don't know what I've done with that. So we're just gonna fussy cut this really quick. And I guess it might have been better to do the die. Alright, we're going to improvise. And take a little bit off of here. Alright, so there's the inside flower. And we're going to take our larger flower and we're going to place that onto the front of our card here. And we're only going to glue at these panels. We're not going to put glue on the center because it'll interfere with the window sheet. So just a little bit of glue, it doesn't take a lot. And place that right there. Make sure that you don't go over the edge of the card because you won't get it in your envelope otherwise. Okay, so just like this. And on the inside of our card, we're going to do our little mats on the inside. So remember, the larger one goes at the bottom edge. And my silicone mat over here. And we're going to cover up the back of that a little bit so we don't see our adhesive. And same with the other side. Hi Becky, glad you're here. I've been having technical problems this morning, so at least you missed all that. I wasn't able to get it to go landscape, so I kind of improvised it this way, so I'm hoping I stay in the camera view. So if you notice I sway off a little bit, just holler at me. Thank you. Glad you like it. Alright, and our other designer series paper. Go on to this one. And also this one. Yeah, I love this paper. It does all the work for you. Alright. And then on the inside, we're going to be using our Stamparatus. So I'm going to bring that out here. And what did I do with it? Oh, got it covered up over here. Oh, there's my envelope that I was looking for. Okay, so I got a sheet of basic white, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And I need to put a stamp case here. I gotta be careful because I think my tripod's gonna be in the way here, so hopefully I don't bump the camera. So I've got the Hello Friend. We're gonna stamp on the edge of our basic white, and I want it right in the center off to the right side so it'll show through the window. And let me do that just a tiny bit more. And rub, rub, rub without shaking the camera. I'm going to cover on my ink pad. And alright, so here's the inside of our card. And I want to take that flower that I fussy cut and I want to put that right down in the bottom corner. And bring my silicone mat back over here. Are you doing good today, Becky? You'll have to go watch the replay to catch the parts that you missed. And I will be posting later to YouTube later today, so if you want to watch it there, you can also. Okay, so now we're going to put some glue on the back of that, and we're going to put that in the inside of our card. That thing's falling down here. And our card over here, put this on the inside. We're just going to center that. Okay, so there's our card. And I could have been over a little bit farther, but you can still read it. It says, "Hello, friend." And my glue. And we're going to make a pretty envelope to go with that. So again, I've got our designer series paper, which is 2.5 inches by 6 inches. I'm thinking I might do I was going to do that on the envelope flap, but I think I like the flowers facing out better. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And bring my glue back over here. And just put our glue around our envelope and attach our designer series paper, our 2.5 inch by 6 inch designer series paper. We're going to make sure that's glued real good. And then we're going to turn that over and we're going to trim off the excess. So, let's see here. Just trim it around the edge of the envelope flap. Alright, now isn't that pretty to have an envelope and a card that matches? Very pretty. Put it right side up here. Okay, so let me bring out all of our cards here that we did. Well, I know we can't see them all in the same view this time, so I'm going to have to improvise here. Let me see what I can do. And I still can't get them all in view. Somewhat. Sort of. Okay. So that's our cards that we did today. I'm hoping that you enjoyed them. Hi, Patricia. Thank you. I appreciate that. Be sure you like and share the video. And I want to thank you for being here today. And I apologize for all the technical problems that I had when I first started. I tried to get it to go landscape, but it wouldn't do it. So we had to improvise a little bit. So I'm not showing the whole view, just a partial. Okay, we'll be back next Wednesday, February 15th. That's the day after Valentine's Day. So same time, 1 o'clock Central, and all the breakdowns of the time zones are in the description. And it was something else I wanted to say. I had another Valentine's card that went along with this one that I was going to do, but then I know the punch, the Valentine's punch, the country bouquet punch, it's on back order right now. It's not available, so I didn't want to do something that you couldn't purchase, so we didn't do this card, but it's kind of a cute idea too. It's for Valentine's Day, and these 3 hearts are all punched out with the punch. And it says for you, and then I haven't done nothing on the inside. I'm just going to put Happy Valentine's Day on the inside, so I hadn't done that yet. But I'm hoping you enjoyed the cards today, and I hope you'll tell your friends about me and share the video. And I'll be back next Wednesday, February 15th, and I'll have 3 more cards, and I'm not sure exactly what, because it won't be Valentine's Day anymore, but we've got some new products that are coming in pretty soon, so it'll be something. So I'm glad you're here. Have a good week. Hope you get some crafting time in, and we'll see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.